How's everybody doing? Today I've been inspired to do something a little bit different. Due to the criminally poor box office this weekend of Edge of Tomorrow in America, it opened at number 3, behind Fault in Our Stars at number 1 and Maleficent at number 2. The movie's doing fairly well internationally, but in America it is considered at this point a bomb. This is a film that has been lauded universally by critics, and fans and audiences are eating this movie up. I loved it. I thought it was extremely surprising, and I am very inclined to share with you guys 5 reasons why it is actually important that you see Edge of Tomorrow. Now, if you agree with me on these reasons, I implore you to share this video with your friends. Share it with people so that we can get the word out on this incredibly awesome movie before it flies completely under the radar and people don't see it. Number 1, it's based off a manga. Edge of Tomorrow is an adaptation of the manga All You Need Is Kill. I love manga. I'm a fan of anime, if you can't tell. I grew up watching anime. I'm a humongous fan of Japanese animation. I think it is a untapped art form in America where Americans just, they're like, I don't know, like, what's that all about? You know how in the world when they find like an oil source on an island somewhere and they're like, oh my gosh, look at all this untapped oil that we didn't know about, all this potential. That to me is anime. They give it chances every once in a while. They're like, well, we'll think about doing that adaptation of that show, or we'll think about maybe reading that manga that so many people are saying is good, but I think we'll just make another stupid romantic comedy that's horrible that makes a lot of money. There are so many great stories out there that are waiting to be adapted. Things like Ghost in the Shell. I would cry if there was a good Ghost in the Shell adaptation. There is so much awesome potential there. Or Cowboy Bebop. Could you imagine how great it would be if we got a live-action Cowboy Bebop that was actually really good? Or how about the fantastically adult anime Perfect Blue? What if we got an adaptation of this? Oh, wait a second. We already do. My point is that Hollywood took a chance with this film. They adapted a manga. How awesome is that? And they actually did it with care. They did a good job. I mean, we get a lot of adaptations of comic books and graphic novels because comic book films are huge nowadays, but rarely anymore do we get a film adapted from a manga that's actually done really well. Because one of the last times that Hollywood adapted a manga, it didn't work out. And Hollywood pays attention to this. They will look at this film and its success and say, you know what? We don't want to adapt those other mangas that we have potentially thinking about because that doesn't do well in America. They don't like that. And yet millions of anime and manga fans across the internet are pleading for a really good movie based off of a manga. Here we have one, and no one's seeing it. Number 2, Tom Cruise. Look, love him, hate him, wait. Why would you hate him? He didn't do anything to you. In all honesty, though, Tom Cruise has been making great movies for 3 decades. I mean, just listen to this list. The Outsiders, Risky Business, Top Gun, The Color of Money, Rain Man, Born on the 4th of July, A Few Good Men, The Firm, Interview with the Vampire, The Mission Impossible movies, Jerry Maguire, Eyes Wide Shut, Magnolia, Minority Report, The Last Samurai, Collateral, Tropic Thunder, Valkyrie, Jack Reacher. This guy has been making entertainingly awesome movies for 3 decades. You gotta give it up for that. And he gives it his all in this movie. He does a great job with the stunt work. And one of the things I did not mention in my original review is the fact that his character has a serious arc in this movie. He plays a coward in this film, and none of the trailers marketed that. He plays a deserter. He doesn't want to go to war. He's forced to. He actually tries to blackmail the person who orders him to go to the front lines. And so as you get to see his character progress and as he learns how to be a soldier, it's extremely satisfying as a character arc. Number 3, Emily Blunt. She was fantastic in this film. And I'm not even going to talk about the fact that she gave a good performance, that her performance had weight, that she was good in the action scenes. I'm going to talk about something extremely important, something that Hollywood is paying attention to. They're paying attention to you. They want to know how you react to a strong female role that's actually strong. One of my least favorite movies so far this year has been The Other Woman, a film that was billed as a female empowerment movie. But all the women ever do throughout this film is talk about men and how much they need men and how they can't survive without men. And let's get back at men because we need men and oh, they did us wrong. They put Kate Upton in the film so we could have some slow-mo close-ups of her boobs bouncing up and down so they could hopefully get some men to come to the movie too. That was the biggest lie of a female empowerment movie I have ever seen in my life. It actually made women look bad. Emily Blunt's character in this film does not require men to be strong. She is strong on her own. People look up to her. She's the puzzle piece that Tom Cruise absolutely needs. Without her, he has nothing. She actually trains him how to be a soldier. This is a strong, independent woman who actually kicks ass in the movie, and she is great at it. Where are the women? Show up for her, man. Go to the movie, pay a ticket, and support that thing. Number 4, it's not a prequel, a sequel, or a franchise movie. Nowadays, we are bombarded by sequels and prequels to everything. Everything that ever happened that was successful once has to have a prequel television show, or a spin-off movie, or a franchise starter. This is an original film that is based off, as I said, a Japanese manga. How often do we get that? That's rare. We need to support this type of original filmmaking in Hollywood, where they attempt to show a awesome blockbuster for movie nerds to go to and actually have their brains interact with it, because it's a smart film. It's an enjoyably well-made film, and it doesn't try to latch itself onto another piece of entertainment that's already out there. This is its own thing. We are constantly begging people in Hollywood to make movies that are awesome, and here is one. This movie is really cool and different and original, and we've got to stand up for that. And number 5, it's actually really freaking good. Edge of Tomorrow is one of my favorite films that has been released so far this year, and I know that it will be on my best of list when this year ends because it's already really dang high. This is a film that is directed with a lot of passion. The action sequences are enthralling. There's a great sense of urgency to the final act in this film. It never gets old. It never feels repetitious. Despite the continuing string of scenes that we've seen over and over again, they found ways to infuse humor and different aspects to the scene that made it more interesting to watch. The characters are interesting in the film. The characters have a good arc in the film. As I said, there's a strong female role in this movie. Cruise's character has a great and satisfying arc. The action is awesome, and Doug Liman did a balls-to-the-wall fantastic job at directing this movie. I've gotten a few tweets that have been like, Chris, are you on the marketing team for Edge of Tomorrow? Because all you do is talk about how awesome it is. Look, I do this because I love movies. I talk to you guys about movies because I love movies. If I see a movie that I think is worth your time, that I love, that I want to buy on Blu-ray, the second it comes out, that I will go to Walmart Monday at midnight and ask them to bring it out from a cardboard box and hand it to me, I am going to talk about it. I will sing to the high heavens about it because this is why I do what I do. You guys gotta go see Edge of Tomorrow. If you saw it, if you loved it as much as I did, share this video with your friends. I want to spread this video across the internet. I want to help this movie be more successful. And if I have any hand in doing that, I will be greatly satisfied. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to do this because this is something I felt very passionate about. Whenever I love a movie that doesn't do well at the box office, I want to help support it. And if you didn't check out my on-film criticism video, my last video I just did, it had a lot of awesome guest stars. I think you'll be very excited to see. The Schmoes Know were involved. Jeremy Johns was involved. Scott Mance from Access Hollywood was involved. How awesome was that? Please check that out if you didn't have a chance to. It's on my channel right now. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.